president is basically looking for whether it's reciprocity or equivalency, pick the right word, but it means basically we should be paying a certain amount to enter China, and they should be paying sort of the same to enter the United States. At the end of this, if it's done well, there should be more trade between the countries because more U.S. goods will be able to enter China.
A lot of the rhetoric that President Trump has used has not gone too far in engendering trust between the two countries. Have you personally urged him to change the language around China?
Those of us who understand both countries would like things to work out for everyone, and but I'm optimistic that these things will be worked out in time. It doesn't necessarily have to be with no difficulties. We'll always have some difficulties, but I think the end point will be a good one for both countries.
So let's switch gears a little bit to the meeting. There are so many policy issues this group is tasked with: tax, trade, immigration, infrastructure, education. But which one seems to be the most important for President Trump? Where do you see him really engaged?
Well, he's very engaged on infrastructure. He was a builder, a real estate developer, and so he understands intuitively the benefits of building things for employment, and so he likes that area because it speaks to him, and it's good for creating jobs, and it's good for improving our competitiveness as the country.
Well, on that front, we hear Trump talk about creating jobs, reducing regulations, making development easier, but we don't hear very many specific policies around how to execute those ideas. When are we going to start hearing policy discussions, intricate policy discussions that actually move the ball forward? And does that actually happen in the room that you're in?
It's really complicated with, I don't know whether it's 14 different agencies that do infrastructure, and you have to coordinate with things, and then you have to put something on the table. It's not a 2-month fix to hire people, get people in place, listen to outsiders, consult your own people, consult the Congress. You could imagine that takes a little bit of time.
Frankly, that's not what President Trump promised the American people, or Wall Street for that matter. He promised to turn things around right away. For example, tax reform. Steve Mnuchin was out there talking about tax reform by August. What is the realistic time frame for tax reform?
I think Gary Cohn said something about by year end. In terms of tax reforms, I think there's only been one major one since including 1986. There's a reason that it's taken 30 years to get to the table again, and it's complicated, so it'll take a while.